My payoff was people were always saying to me, wow, I don't know how you do all the things you do. I had these ideas, right, about what kind of mom I wanted to be and what kind of wife I wanted to be. And it was all about perceptions, right? Like it was all about perception.
Oh, yep.
I wanted to be, I wanted to do all the volunteering. I wanted to be there for my kid. I wanted to pick my kids up from school. And luckily, I built businesses for myself and I worked for myself. And so I was able to do those things that like my mom hadn't been able to do for me, because I was pretty much a latchkey kid. I don't know, from the time I was 6 or 7, because my mom was always working multiple jobs and, putting food on the table and providing and all of that. And it was like, I knew I didn't want that. Like I wanted to pick my kids up from school. I didn't want them going to daycare at all, and I was really lucky that they never had to do that. Like that, I was always there for them after school. I wanted to be the mom that like baked the cookies and, took them to all the extracurricular activities and never missed anything. And,
the Pinterest mom.
Yes. And I really successfully became that. I was the PTA president. I was on the school board. I was the president of the Avenues baseball league that my son played on. I was in charge of every fundraiser. I attended every gala dinner. Like I built this ideal, what I believed to be the ideal life, and was being the ideal mom. And I was doing all the things, right? Like if there was a thing to be done, I was doing it. And it was this thing of like never having time for myself. When I did have time for myself, it was like, just go get drunk with the girlfriends, right? Because that's basically all I could function to do at that point. But it was like, look at me, look at what an amazing mom I am. I'm literally doing all the things, right? I was burning myself out. My body completely started shutting down at 40, probably actually like 39. Developed thyroid disease, frozen shoulder in both shoulders. Like my body literally just started breaking down, and I was still doing it, still being like, look at me, look at me, look at me, like, look at what an amazing mom I am. Like, look at this. And literally my payoff was people were always saying to me, wow, I don't know how you do all the things you do. Like, it's so amazing. Like, like reward for all the shit that I was going through. And, so as I started having my spiritual reawakening and realizing that I was fucking miserable, I was on the verge of divorce. I was so disconnected from my kids because I thought being a good mom was making sure that their laundry was done and folded and in their drawers, and that they had dinner for them every night, and that they were getting to their extracurricular activities, and that they were doing all of the extracurricular activities, by the way. They were doing all the things. They were constantly doing a sport or playing an instrument, or, you know what I mean? And it was like, the relationships were horrible. Like they were horrible, but the house was clean and the laundry was done and the PTA meetings were attended and all the fundraisers happened and we raised all the money for all the people, you know what I mean? But it was like, I was miserable, but I was getting the payoff from everybody being like, oh, look at you. You own your own businesses. You're an amazing mom. You're doing all the things. And that was really hard to look at. Like, it was really hard to look at how I literally created my own personal hell, and that I stayed in it for a really long time because I was getting praised. I was getting praised for my misery, essentially.
And validation. You're rewarded for your misery.
Yep.